Okay, we're going to do the embodied yoga principles postures now. So these poses are psychologically impactful shapes you can move your body in, which bring forward, which enliven a certain state. Yeah. Key thing is, these aren't body language training, so these aren't things you suddenly do in the middle of a meeting or the middle of a date or something like that. They're things you can do for yourself to get into certain psychological states, to let go of things, to say no to things, they can be done as a state changer just before you need them, or they can be done as a practice, something you do every day. There's a whole system of embodied yoga principles with 26 poses. I'm just going to show you 7 today. These are 7 that I use most often myself in my life. Yeah. So, couple to begin, yes and no. No pose. I'll use a yoga mat, but just to show you the sizes of things. You don't actually need a yoga mat to do these, but it will make some of the footwork a little bit easier to do. No pose are about as wide as a yoga mat. A bit wider if you've got bigger legs than me. And the front leg is bent, so the weight's on the front leg. And the back leg is straight and extended. Yeah. Facing forwards. And the front leg and the front hand comes up roughly in front of the heart. So not here, but here. Second hand like a fist on your hip. Head's on straight. Gaze is straight ahead. This is our pose for no. If you know you're going to have to hold a boundary, you're going to have to tell the kids it's time to go to bed, that they can't have another, stay up late. If you got a boss that's pushing you for things you want to stand up to, this is your no pose. You can do this every day, or you can do this just before you need it. Okay, of course you can do both sides. I'll just show one side today, but you might want to practice, say, a minute a day on both sides, yeah? Okay, very, very useful no pose for people who are too nice. However, some other people, we need the yes pose. So this is about opening up, coming into listening mode. I found myself having an argument with someone the other day, and I just went and did this before I called them back. I was like, okay, I need to open up to their point of view, be a bit more accepting. Now the weight has gone back. So not here again, but a little bit of width. The weight is back, hands to the side, fingers open, jaw soft, eyes peripheral. I can feel it shift how in my mood already, how I feel actually. Again, could be a little state changer, could be something you do before you have something you want to open up to, or it could be something you need to practice every day. Again, you can do both sides. You'd probably hold it a bit longer than I am right now. Okay, another one, giving pose. So this is the same base as no pose. So the same wide base with the weight forward. This time, coming from the heart, extending out. When I want to get myself in that generous giving mood, maybe I'm teaching, maybe I'm hosting friends, this is a great place to be. Yeah, palms up, fingers extended, not here. Not over-giving, keeping your balance, extending here. By the way, if you do keep making mistakes, notice what they are. If you find yourself kind of coming back in this one or in no pose, going like this in no pose, go, okay, that's interesting, and then practice back what the pose was. Okay, next pose is authority pose. If you've got a talk to do, if you need to tell the kids off a little bit, if you need to be firm with someone, this is great. Same pose as no pose and giving. So this nice square, solid base with the weight forward, really solid. I'm not a pushover. It's like a stable martial arts type pose. From here, we start on the heart again, but now we go up. So both hands, fingers together. Yeah. Authoritative leadership pose, we sometimes call this. Again, you could do this before you needed to, before you had to have that leadership mode, or as a daily practice. Okay, our next pose. What do you do when you need to let go of something? You're holding on to an argument or a resentment. You need to let the day go after you've been at work. Well, you can do letting go pose. Simple one, feet apart, knees slightly bent, hanging down. Our head is soft and hanging, so not looking around, but letting go. My hair should be falling down if I haven't put too much gel on today. Not grabbing with the hands, but just you can hold there as well. letting go of what you need to let go of. May want to come up halfway and come up slowly, especially if you're not used to it and you've been there a little longer. If it's too hard to do it that way, you can do it leaning on a wall. So, simple version, letting go there. Yeah, so leaning on the wall. Oh. It's quite relaxing, that one, actually. Okay, so that one's good for relaxing. Child's pose would be another one if you know yoga, using it more psychologically. Another letting go variation. But sometimes we need to wake ourselves up. So I've just had lunch today, so this is probably going to be quite a good one for me. In this pose, it's called enthusiasm pose, sometimes called fuck yeah pose or passion pose. The heel of the back leg comes off the floor. The weight is on the front leg. There's a slight back bend, and don't overdo it, particularly if you've got a bad back. You don't have to go kind of crazy, but just a slight back bend. It's almost as if the heart was pulling up. Hands to the side, head goes back, eyes, jaw soft, eyes can roll. It can be a bit unstable here, and it's like, yeah. Breathing here, yeah. Yeah. It's like, rah, throw yourself into things. Lots of fun. Good one to do with your kids if you've got kids that like to join in your practice. And yeah, wakes you up, gives you that sense, a bit more passion, a bit more enthusiasm. Okay, one last one I give to coaching clients a lot, taking up space. This time the feet are wider than a yoga mat, even for someone with little legs like me. And pointing out, so not here, but here. And the arms come up as well. So not this level, but above the shoulder height. The hands are above shoulder height. Taking up space, being seen. Get a good one to do before you're in a, if you want to be seen of something public, being visible. Those of you who hide yourself away, this could be a really useful one to do every day. Being seen, taking up space. Good one for being on camera for. Yeah. Okay. So again, you might want to hold, this is a variation. We call this the Wonder Woman. If you can't hold your arms up, this is a good variation, this one. Yeah. So things you can do every day, things you can do as state changes. Once you've done them for a while, you can just do a little bit of it. Because obviously, let's say you're in a business meeting and you want to be more authoritative. You can't suddenly go, wah! Yeah, but what you can do is just bring out a little bit of the quality. So maybe you're sort of going, okay, here's my idea. Can we do it, please? And instead of doing that, you straighten up and use a gesture, palm down, and be like, right, this is my idea. I'd like us to do it. Notice how the voice changes. Yeah? It's like down, down, yeah? So just that little bit of gesture maybe of, say, opening up or saying no. Just little hand gestures, little spinal movements. You trigger the pattern that you've learned at home doing these gestures. I really like EYP because it works, it's powerful. For busy people, you don't have to invest hours and hours. You can just do a few minutes a day.